Hi, welcome to Free Spirit and welcome to a special Spirit Pick-Me-Up reading. So I didn't have any plans of doing this, but this is going to be short, sweet, and to the point, even though we're tapping into all these decks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Free Spirit decks for all that's going on right now, So this means everything that's happening in your life, all that's going on right now. Okay, birds just went soaring by. So we're going to get right into it. I'm not even going to talk that much in the beginning. This is when we go in completely open. They already know there's so much going on right now, and what are the clear messages that they want to bring forth. Oh my God, now the birds are circling all over the place. Okay, we're going to tap into the Natural Oracle for Life for messages for the journey, mind, body, spirit, messages to keep in mind. We're going to tap into the Remember You deck. What do they want you, the qualities in your heart to remember at this time? Then we're going to tap into your divine power, what your divine power should be used for at this time. We're going to tap into the Real Divine Self-Care deck, how to take care of your real divine power here. What are they bringing forth at this time? We're going to tap into the Real Divine Abundance deck for real divine abundance messages in all forms. Stay connected to that. That's your source and supplier, they kept on saying. Divine Spirit messages from Divine Spirit to your Divine Spirit, and pure love from Spirit. So they're having me talk so fast. There are definitely going to be quick messages. This is going to be probably a very short video, straight into the point of messages, because they know everything that's going on right now. That's the theme of this reading, and so they're going to address that. And whatever the length of the video is, look up the angel number message. It will be the first pin comment on the video. Oh my gosh, they're making me talk so fast. Clear out your mind and heart. Let's just get ready to receive. They know all that's going on with everything that's going on. So this is for with everything that's going on right now. They're going to address that. They're going to give you support for that. Some kind of love support passing for that. With everything that's going on, these are the answers, or what messages want to come forth with everything that's going on. So we're tapping into the Natural Oracle for Life for messages for the journey, body, mind, spirit, to keep in mind the world is yours. So they want you to know the world is yours at this time. You're being given the world to leave your mark on it. So yes, and there's some things that are subsiding right now, and they want you to reclaim some joy and upliftment. Okay, so right now they're saying the world is yours. Quite literally, the world is yours. The world is your oyster. You're being given the world to leave your mark on it. Go for what you truly want. Now, the very video before this said go for it. So they are really having you look at this world in a new illuminated way. Set your sights and visions and what your wants, needs, everything else. If you didn't see the last reading, it was all this. You have divine love support backing for what you're pouring out into your world now, and to go for what you really want and what you truly want at this time. They want you to know, I love this card. Maybe this is why I'm doing this reading. What goes around comes around. So your efforts that you've been pouring out, very similar to the other reading I did for the week, The Magician and the Mirror. You're going for it. What you're pouring out in the world, what goes around comes around. It's going to be returned to you. It's going to be reflected to you. So your efforts, what you're pouring out, what you're going for, your efforts are going to be returned. So literally what goes around comes around. I took this picture when this is a lily pad on a pond and it started to rain. So it was the divine return of the water evaporating, coming back, right? Very similar to what they're saying about that Magician in the Mirror, if you saw that last reading. What goes around comes around. So what goes around comes around. And right now, you will be on the receiving end, as you have been putting out quite a lot. And it's now finally your turn to receive. So that is what they want. It's your turn to receive from what you've been pouring out, going for it. They're going to say energy-wise, it's a dissipation of anger, simmering anger, and having fun, more upliftment. So this is definitely a decrease. This is a reversed exclamation mark picture that I took. So simmering the anger, frustration, and everything else, and a more uplifting time, because as you're going for it, what goes around comes around. You're going to be on the receiving end. So no doubt it's going to release the anger, frustration, disappointment, the hurt, the loss, whatever it was that was getting kicked up. And it's going to be a refiring of your spirit in some way, a time to have more enjoyment, play, fun. You need it, right? So simmering anger. Let any anger simmer down with the sun each day. You may even feel differently tomorrow in the light of a new day. And it's time to kick up your heels and have some fun, let loose, and play with friends and have a great time. You need it. So definitely it is going to be a time like you need the lessening of the negative things that have been triggered during this time, and more upliftment, more lightness, more fun. So do that for yourself. And also the time that's coming, you're going to be on the receiving end from what you've been pouring out. So that is what they want you to know, that as you go for it, which has been a repeating theme, that it's your time to receive. So let go of the anger. You're going to feel differently about things tomorrow. Like what you're feeling right now is going to be, you're going to be receiving. So there's something about a lessening of the anger, the frustration, the disappointment, and more upliftment, more letting loose, more connecting with others, that you deserve that, right? So you're going to be on the receiving end from your efforts. Well, this one would be flipped over. Remember, you are to love your life. Now, this came out in the last reading, so they're calling that attention to us again. At this point, I'm putting it back in the deck, but that came out in the last reading. You're to love your life, and you're going to be on the receiving end. Your efforts are actually going to be paying off for you, has been a repeating message. What goes around comes around, right? So you've been putting out a lot, and it's going to be received. It's finally your turn to receive. So you're going to find that maybe the anger, frustration, again, all those negative kind of emotions are simmering down, and you're now going to be entering a time where you're going to be embracing more friends. Remember, you're magical. Lighten up. Remember, you are magical. Remember, you are a speaker. And remember, you are to feel free. Wow. Oh, these are making me cry. Remember, you are magical. Remember, you are a speaker. Remember, you are to feel free. Remember, you are to love you. And remember, you are a trailblazer. So they are literally, remember when they said they were feeding you the courage, the inspiration, they're bringing it back to you are important, you are to love you. These are all the things that they are stirring in your heart, and they want you to hold and know and remember as you're going for things, right? And that you're holding that it is your time to receive. What goes around comes around. So what they are definitely instilling in your heart as I hold up these cards is quite literally that you're magic. You're a magical magician. Remember, you have the magician and the mirror. So they want you to remember you're magical. As you're going for it and pouring things out, it's going to be returned. What goes around comes around. It's your time to finally receive. They want you to remember the magic of you. They're going to say, remember, you're a speaker. You're a communicator. So no doubt that's how you're getting things done as you're going for it. You're speaking up. You're putting things in action through your words, whether it's emails, talking, communicating. Remember, you are to feel free. So this is going to be very powerful, especially simmering anger and letting loose and letting go of that. You're to feel free. You are to love you. It's been a repeating message about you're important. And remember, you are a trailblazer. As you're going for things and things are going to be returned to you, they could be looking at you to actually be the one that's like the trailblazer, that you're doing, making a path where there is none with the help of spirit. You're a trailblazer. I just love that so much, because as you're going for it, it's, remember, you're creating a path where there might not even be one with spirit, right? So you're a trailblazer. It reminds me of being gutsy. You're to love you and feel free. You're a magical person. You're a magical magician, has been a repeating message as you're going for things. Your efforts are going to be returned. I mean, this is what they are saying. Go for it. The world's yours. What goes around comes around. And right now you're going to be on the receiving end as you've been putting out quite a lot. And it's finally your turn to receive. So a much lighter time is coming. A time of receiving is coming. And that's what they're assuring you in this reading. And along the way, remember, you are to love you. You're a trailblazer. You're to feel free. So there's something about feeling free, lowering these energies as quick as they come or from the past, and embracing more uplifting, connecting with others through your connections and uplifting, feeling more free. Yes. Okay. So, but remember, you're magical, and we kept on getting that magician in the mirror. So no doubt, go for it. And it's your turn to receive now. It's all flowing over there. What's your divine power being used for? I think it's the world is yours. Going for what you truly want is where they're directing your divine power. Where did that card land? I'm so curious. You're magical. Yeah, feel free and magical. Your divine power to see it through. So it literally landed on here when you're going for things and you're literally to see it through. So when you're going for things, to see it through. They're giving you the divine power to see it through with what you're doing. The next one, we have your divine power to know what you really need. Remember when they said it's coming back to you. You are important, your wants, your needs, to see it through as you're going for it, because that's what's creating the returns. I just have to say it. So they're giving you the divine power to see it through on the things that you really need, and your divine power to connect with for more insight. Exactly. So not only are you going to get the insight to see it through in sight, they're literally giving it to you and supporting you to do that. Like, see it through. You're going to get a lot more insight on seeing it through and what you really need, right? Divine power to know what you really need. They're going to give you a lot more insight on that. So a lot of what you're going for are on your wants, needs. You're following through. You're getting that insight. And it's being returned. It's being manifested. Remember, you're magical. So quite literally, as you're going for it, I'm just saying again, you have divine power to see it through. You have divine power to connect with for more insight. You have divine power to know what you really need. It actually came like this. So you're seeing it through. You're getting a lot of insight. What do you really need? What do you really want? And then they're supplying you with going for it. Quite literally. And your efforts are going to be returned. It's finally your time to receive. So remember, you're magical. It's like that whole thing that they're really pumping you in and directing you so that you're actually manifesting, supporting what you're manifesting here. But I think the message of this, because this is kind of a continuation, is that as you're going for it, they're saying what goes around comes around. You're going to be in a time of receiving. And so they're keeping you, your divine power, to see things through. Go for what you really need. You have the divine power to even know what you really need. And when you're not quite sure, you're going in for this profound insight to know what you really need. And it's going to be manifested. It's going to be returned because you're staying connected. Remain free. You are to feel free. You are to love you. And you're a trailblazer. So when you're setting out, when you're with spirit like this, you're a trailblazer. So they're actually having you go for it, unique to you, on a trail that's for you, right? Remember, you're so magical. You're really communicating to make this happen. So that's an essence of how you're getting it done, is through your communication. Let's get the real divine self-care. But this is all supporting you, receiving, going for what you really want, and having your efforts and things returned to you. It's the time for things to be returned to you. They're instilling in you. You're like this magical magician at this time. Celebrate your successes, accomplishments, and all the love and joy you've created. So they're already patting you on the back for everything thus far. And expand on dreaming for your future and see what gets you excited to move forward on. This is where they're keeping you. And also with the energy to do that. Because celebrate along the way your successes, accomplish all the love and joy you have created, and expand on dreaming for your future and see what gets you excited to move forward on. Go for what you truly want. So they are really supporting you, going for what you truly want. So it's returned. What goes around comes around. So they're very much supporting your energy to do that. Simmering the negative, uplifting, and keep doing that. Remember, you're magical. Right? You're a magical magician, and it's your time to receive. That's where they're keeping you. And also the divine power to see it through, to not be deterred. It's all of that. So we are going to tap into the divine spirit messages. I love this. Your divine power to go for it, and all you really need. Celebrate all along the way and expand your dreaming for the future. See what gets you excited to move forward on. Remember, you're a trailblazer. Own your power in the situation. So that's where all this divine power they're supporting you with. You have divine power to know what you really need, to see it through, to connect with for more insight. As you are the only card out of all of these cards, over 80-something cards in here, own your power in the situation as you go for it. They are giving you a lot of divine power to embrace, to have things return, manifested. Remember, you're magical. Go for what you really need. Own your power in the situations. That's really what, when you talk about divine power, that you're magical, that you're seeing it through, you know what you really need, you're going to communicate it. Other things that were lowering your energy or stopping you or hindering you, you're to feel free, you're to love you, you're a trailblazer. They're giving you that upliftment to have things returned and own your power in the situation. Now, that could even be sometimes you'll get some great insight on how you can really own your power in situations, and to know what you really need and see it through. They're telling you underneath that you're magical, you're a speaker, a communicator. Like, that's the tools that you're using to have this happen. Celebrate all along the way. Own your power in situations, because you're having things manifested and returned. It's finally your turn to receive. Don't forget your power in the situations. That's where I'm getting your power, that you're magical, that you're seeing things through, that you're going for your needs. You even have the divine power to know what you really need, and you can connect with divine insight, see it through. In your heart, you're to love you. You are a trailblazer. Own your power in the situation is so amazing, because especially when they show this card, this is why it's like an explanation in reverse. It's like when you're triggered or have like emotions, negative, it saps your power. So it's like, take back your power, fuel up your power, own your power. It's like right underneath this, own your power in the situation. As you're doing things to have things return to you, they're supporting your power to go for it and have things manifested, to have things return to you. This is all supporting these two cards, if I have to bring it home. Going for what you really want, right? What goes around comes around. So it's going to be returned. Finally, your turn to receive the divine return. So they're supporting not just you doing it, but the energy to do it with. So that's what they're telling you. In your heart, own your power in the situation. And I'm like, in the situation today, in the situation tomorrow, in the situation next week, always own your power in the situation and hold this in your heart so you feel back up in your power, in a sense, right? Like what they're reminding you where your divine power lies, and own your power in the situations, because yeah, we will help you through it. You cannot make it up where it landed right on this card when it says you have divine power to see it through. I have chills here. We help you through it. So whenever you need to connect with for more insight, as you're going for things to be returned, manifested, and all of this, own your power in the situation. They're going to help you see your way through on how to navigate that, what to do. We're helping you through it, to see it through, and we're helping you through it. So make no doubt about that. We're going to help you see it through and help you through it. Own your power in situation. We will help you through it. Pure love from spirit. Oh, there's a lot here. As you're going for things to be returned. Oh, the last one was we love you. I'm going to save that. We will help you through it. We will help remove that situation. I think it's these things. We will help you remove situations that you're going for new things. We know all you think, so don't worry. Remember when they said for all you're going through in the header, what they said began, we know all you think. They're going to help remove situations. They're helping you through it. We're here for you through this. Exactly. And we love you. So they're here for you as you're going for the new things, right? To have it returned. They want you to remember that you are magical, that you're to follow through on your insight and own your power in the situations as you're going for things. They're helping you through. They definitely know all you think. So there's definitely, they're kind of telling you to own your power in situations. They love you as your efforts, as you're going for things, it's finally your turn to receive. They want you to remember you are magical, your divine power, to know what you really need and see it through. Whenever you need more insight, remember they're here for you through this. They know all you think. So they're kind of reminding you of your own power in situations. They love you, and they're definitely helping you through it and through this. You're like a trailblazer as you're going for things to have things returned. So they're kind of supporting your energy to do that with. And so just like the header said, with everything going on, this is what they wanted to feed you. We love you. And this is supporting your efforts to have, it's finally your time to receive, and all it takes to have that done. So I wish you the best. Remember to own your power in situations, to know that you're so magical. You're going for what you really need. Follow through on that, to see it through. Whenever you need, you have the divine power to connect with for more insight, because that's how they help you through. They're definitely removing some situations. Be more uplifted and own your power in situations as you go forward, as you're going for it. And what goes around comes around. So no doubt it is finally your time to receive with all the outpouring you're doing. And you hear the background, there's like all this planes going right over my head right now. Things are going to be delivered because of your efforts, what you've been pouring out. But because it takes efforts to go for it like this, they're supporting the energy that you're doing, pouring out, so that it's being returned. So that's what I feel like they want to bring forth again. And definitely an explanation mark about owning your power in situations, knowing what you really need, seeing it through, and tapping in for that insight, and feel that love, support, backing. Also, they love you. They definitely know all you think. A lot of the times we're in our own minds a lot. I think this reading was to appease some of the stuff that was in our minds. We literally had the 8 of Swords in another reading came out, so no doubt we can be mulling around a lot in our minds as we're going for things to have it returned. And so they're making sure that you just stay powered up, own your power, and know that you're magical, you're a trailblazer. You are to love yourself as you go through and see things through. Go for what you really need here, know what you really need, and see things through. They're helping you through it for the returns. I wish you the best, and this was love, support, backing for that. Take care. Bye-bye.